Why are we receiving paper checks in the mail? What can I do to help speed up the delivery of my third stimulus payment? I will be answering of these questions and more in today's VOD, everyone. I will also be discussing why the IRS is not caring about the millions of Americans that receive Social Security and other federal benefits. Alright everyone, so I know a lot of you are upset at the Internal Revenue Service, Social Security Administration, and lawmakers. I completely understand how you all feel. We have all been anxiously waiting for the IRS to finally start caring about Americans. It is truly upsetting to see how millions of Americans are being treated right now. Many of you in the comment section below have been sharing your thoughts on why the IRS hasn't sent out stimulus checks to Americans that receive SSI, SSDI, RRB, VA, and survivors benefits. It is definitely odd how Americans that file taxes have already received their stimulus checks, but Americans that don't file taxes have not. What are your thoughts, everyone? Leave them in the comments below. If your direct deposit information isn't on file with the IRS, don't expect to receive your third stimulus check in your bank account. According to the IRS, March 24th was the last day for direct deposits to be made. On March 24th, the agency sent out 37 million more payments. If you're eligible for the third check and haven't received a payment yet, you should expect either a paper check or an economic impact payment debit card in the mail. But don't worry about not receiving your check through direct deposit. The EIP prepaid debit card was also used as a payment method for the first and second stimulus checks last year. And payment card is a prepaid debit card that the U.S. Treasury has used to distribute stimulus payments, in addition to paper checks and direct deposit. The cards will be provided to eligible U.S. residents the government didn't have banking information for, but it isn't clear why you might get an EIP card instead of a check or direct deposit. The IRS and Treasury announced this past Wednesday they sent 37 million more payments this week, with many coming as a paper check or EIP card. If you didn't receive a direct deposit by March 24, expect your payment to arrive by mail in the coming weeks. I know it's upsetting to now have to wait a few weeks to actually receive your check in the mail. In my opinion, if you have your banking information on file with the IRS, they should use that information to send you your check through direct deposit. If the IRS sent a previous stimulus check as an EIP card and plans to send you another payment the same way, you'll receive a brand new prepaid card with the calculated total for your third stimulus check. The IRS won't add money to any previous card you may have. If you got an EIP card last time, does that mean you'll get your money the same way with the third stimulus check? With the second round, the IRS sent double the number of EIP cards. The Treasury says if you didn't receive your payment via direct deposit by March 24th, you should watch the mail carefully in the coming weeks for a paper check or a prepaid debit card. If you're eligible for a third stimulus check and get that payment via EIP card, it'll arrive at the address listed on your last tax return in a white envelope marked with the U.S. Department of the Treasury seal. The card will have the Visa name on the front and the issuing bank on the back. But make sure to update your information on file if you moved. If you've lost or destroyed your EIP card, you can request a free replacement through MetaBank customer service. The replacement fee will be waived the first time. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. That is the end of the video, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to enter the $50 Amazon gift card giveaway by subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and commenting below.
For all of you at the top, first, welcome Andrew Bates, our new Deputy Press Secretary. Anyone who covered the Biden campaign knows Andrew quite well. And he just joined our team after staying on the transition for the last 2 months. Okay, this Wednesday, the president will be laying out the first of 2 equally critical packages to rebuild our economy and create better paying jobs for American workers. He'll talk this week about investments we need to make in domestic manufacturing, R&D, the caregiving economy, and infrastructure. In the coming weeks, the president will lay out his vision for a second package that focuses squarely on creating economic security for the middle class through investments in childcare, healthcare, education, and other areas. Throughout this process, we look forward to working with a broad coalition of members of Congress to gather their input and ideas and determine the path forward, create good jobs, and make America more competitive. I also note that he's doing this in Pittsburgh, where he launched his campaign for the presidency just 2 years ago. Today, the CDC also announced a 90-day extension of the federal eviction moratorium. The news was out earlier today. The moratorium was scheduled to expire on March 31st and is now extended through June 30th. The President is committed to supporting renters and small landlords through the COVID-19 crisis. Essential to that effort is, of course, the American Rescue Plan, which delivers an additional $21.5 billion in emergency rental assistance to help millions of families keep up on rent and remain in their homes. This, of course, is an act that included coordination from the Treasury Department, from HUD, from the USDA, the CFPB, and the FTC. They're all coordinating efforts. Today, the White House convened leaders from across the administration and is taking coordinated steps to announce a set of bold actions that will catalyze offshore wind energy and create good-paying union jobs. The President recognizes that a thriving offshore wind industry will drive new jobs and economic opportunity up and down the Atlantic coast, in the Gulf of Mexico, and in Pacific waters. We just released a fact sheet on this announcement, pretty detailed. The Department of Interior, Energy, and Commerce announced a shared goal to deploy 30 gigawatts of offshore wind in the United States by 2030, while protecting biodiversity and protecting ocean co-use. Meeting this target will trigger more than $12 billion per year in capital investment in projects on both U.S. coasts, create tens of thousands of good-paying union jobs, with more than 44,000 workers employed in offshore wind by 2030, and nearly 33,000 additional jobs in communities supported by offshore wind activity. It will also generate enough power to meet the demand of more than 10 million American homes and avoid 78 million metric tons of carbon emissions. Additionally, the U.S. Department of Treasury's Maritime Administration today is announcing a notice of funding opportunity for port authorities and other applicants to apply for $230 million for port and intermodal infrastructure-related projects through the Port Infrastructure Development Program. Last item is I have an update for you on the flooding that has occurred in the Tennessee Valley. The Department of Homeland Security and media sources report 4 fatalities and over 150 rescued in the Tennessee Valley as heavy rainfall swamped the area, flooding homes and roads, including parts of Nashville. The President and the White House continue to monitor the situation very closely and stand at the ready should any federal assistance be requested or required. At this time, no requests for federal assistance have come in. The National Weather Service reports over 9 inches of rain has fallen over the past 24 hours, of course, causing this massive flooding. Jonathan, why don't you kick us off?
Thank you, Jen. The CDC director today delivered an impassioned warning against a rise in COVID cases and said it filled her with a sense of, quote, impending doom. We are seeing cases rise in many states. My question is, does the president plan out to reach directly to governors, including the Democratic governors of states like New York, New Jersey, and Michigan that are seeing real rises? Does he plan to ask them to slow down or pause their